I loaded, so that's a good start.
Oh, hey!
Hey, we did it. Ooh. Yeah. It's still not good though. It's still in a bad place. I think Twitch is having problems. It still says my stream is unstable, but this is all I can do right now. It's not like I can take the time to fix it.
Yeah.
I wish this had decided not the moment I had to go into this thing.
I know.
It seems, despite it saying it's unstable, it's still saying it's okay. God damn, I blame Alexander.
It's all the time fluctuations. That's right, Sprightly.
Oh, it's balanced. It's back. It seems to be good now. So this fight, I have PTSD over.
Oh my.
Can we go forward and back? Can we go forward and back? And go one foot forward? So I want to give quick call-ups because lots of things happen all the time in this fight. Forward and back. Can we go forward and back? Can we go forward and back? Forward. Okay. I think one of the first things that will happen is several people will have giant green circles around them, spread out towards the edges, and do not clip. Circles can overlap so long as you yourself are not being overlapped. So it's okay if the circles touch.
But just don't touch another person.
Yeah, don't touch another person. Kill the ad. You need to grab the ad, by the way. Sorry, I forgot about ad.
I didn't even see him.
Make sure your tank stance is on, or you'll never grab them.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I forgot about ad. The entire arena will be covered in a symbol, except for the very edges. We want to go to the very edges.
I got hit.
You did.
That's
I'll give you a regen of shame. Oh, if you have, yeah, take that far away from everybody. We are gonna go hide behind this. Good job. So that's a common tank mechanic. That is a flare, and you will always take those away from the party. Because it does massive damage. Also, when you have one of those, make sure you put on some cooldowns because they are massive damage. Okay, so click on the ducks. Just one click. You made it. Okay, this is the very first active time maneuver. This one is very simple. I think you only have to press escape. Rest in peace. This one's easy. I think you just have to hit escape. Okay. Also, main tank is dead, so make sure you grab the boss.
Should he stay in the middle or should he?
No, he can stay in the middle. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Ooh, no. You worry about what's going on with the boss. But we might wipe.
Ooh. How you doing?
Well. Okay. I haven't seen Lappies in a really long time. But shit happens and then you die. Okay, so to do this, we have to go in front of his shield. You cannot hit him if you are not facing the shield. Oh, fuck. So you had something on your head. Did you have something on your head?
I am unsure.
Because, yeah, that got a bunch of us killed. That's okay. I didn't realize what was happening. Someone to the edge.
Edge.
You were still in it earlier. Oh shit. That was my bad. I forgot to hide behind after helicopter. Hello, Sir Snails! Yeah, that was a downhill spiral from the moment 3 people beefed it to the the platform. It was like circling the drain for a solid 3 minutes. Just over and over and over again. No worries though. Wipes happen in Cruise Chaser, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Everyone here?
Where, as the samurai is explaining mechanics.
Oh, okay.
So right click on the ducks when they appear, and then when he casts propeller hide, something propeller, we hide behind the ducks. And I knew that was coming, but I was trying to res. I should have been paying attention to mechanics instead of rezzing. That is what constantly and consistently gets me killed over and over again. I'm so stupid. If there's one thing that I am constantly dying to, it's it's trying to res when I should be. Okay, ads here. That's cute. Oh no. To the edges, all the way out.
Oh, all the way out.
Yeah. That you cannot stand in that magic circle.
Oh, okay.
Far away. Alright, ducks. We all made it that time. You're right, Sprayly. should be shield, so we're gonna move to the front to fight the shield. Oh shit, I got hit by him.
Do I get behind these big metal things?
Eventually. You want to bait the lines before they happen. Now someone's gonna have a dot that's gonna cause ads. So you wait until he does propeller something. He might not get a chance to do it. Oh, to the edges? Yeah, so he never actually got a chance to cast it. When things like that happen, because those lines target individual people, you want to bait them out so everyone's not, like a billion lines don't go and like chunk everybody. So you bait them, and you only move behind the things you need to move behind and, when he starts casting. Oh, 2 lenses. Yeah, you're gonna want to roll on all that stuff. So I wish you luck, Miss Kim. Yeah, just need on everything. Don't take the chance.
Hey, I won the crank.
Nice. Still couldn't get you a second lens. One of everything. Oh, I'm sorry. That's just how it be, though. Outstanding, Akali. Another Illuminati creation reduced to scrap metal. I'll wager the mere sight of you was enough to send the Gabi scurrying back to the drawing board. There it is, the heart of the beast. Only now that I see it up close do I comprehend the true scale of the thing. To have reached it this size in so short of a space of time, the core must be taking the aether at a positively ungodly rate. I'll be willing to wager that it can regrow itself faster than we could ever hope to chip away at it. Which means we'll need to change tack. The central control room houses everything required to operate the Colossus. It's not inconceivable that it might offer us a way to regulate or even shut off the flow of aether to the core. Of course, any attempt to control Alexander is doomed to fail without the guidance of the Enigma Codex, and there is only one person alive who can access its secrets. But Chief, do we really need to drag that poor girl back in here? What if she falls into Illuminati hands again? Pshaw! Uplanders waste their tongue flaps. Quick Things has seen future. True future. And it ends badly for Uplanders. Very, very badly. Uplanders think they just lazy walk into central control. Quick Thinks thinks not. All passages are sealed. All floaty boards disabled. Only way left open is here, through core chamber. And when Uplander come next, it will be Uplanders endy times. Quick Things has seen it. Push! Bad Shona! Stupid Shona! Oh, Wedge, is it just me? Or you get the feeling we've seen this happen before? Pusha! It is Watcher Book of Backtricks. And look, writings end where Backtricks leaves off, when Shroud sends Watcher Book spinny falling from Backtrack's fingers. What the? You mean to say that the book Quick Thinks has been reading from all this time is your journal? The same journal that slipped from your hands when we traveled back in time? So that's how he was able to anticipate our every move. He's no prophet, just a gobby with delusions of grandeur and a diary from the future. So the glorious blatant future he has always been going on about, the one that was writ, was nothing but Backtrack's record of stuff we'd already seen. Bugger me. I've just had a thought. Oi, Cat, are you the Schrodinger from the shortstop, or are you Quick Think's familiar Shiona? Twice for yeah, was it, Chief? I believe knew it. She's both. After Schrodinger went tumbling down from the Colossus, and don't ask me how she survived the drop, Quick Think's found her, took her in, and gave her a new name. It's like they're two cats, but also one, at the same time. Setting aside for the moment the question of whether or not that even makes sense, what possessed that confounded cat, or whatever you want to call her, to do all this in the first place? I swear all she's done is made a right old mess of everything. Now, Wedge, taking out our frustrations on a mewling kitten won't get us anywhere to dismantling the core. Getting back to the crux of the matter. No, it's fine. I mean, Sid did it first. Batrix, you just said the journal ends right where you were left off, yes? That's it? Nothing but blank pages from that point on? Do you hear that, everyone? The Quick Thinks would have us believe otherwise. The future from here onward, that is still to be written. And I'll be damned if we won't be the ones to write it. Pshaw, future book is gone, but no matter. All knowings of true times are safe up here, in Quick Thinks' brain case. Quick Thinks' chosen one, mender of history. Truth is unchanging. Pshaw, true times choose Quick Thinks to do their bidding. True times send Shiona to pass, deliver to Quick Thinks knowings of future. True times live inside, guiding all of Quick Thinks' doings. Every tongue flap, every busy deal, every brain spark of Quick Thinks brings world closer and closer to perfection, guides Illuminati to rightful place as rulers of New World Order. True times will not be unmade by ignorant uplanders. Pshaw, pshaw! Quick Thinks needs no future book, no gobby girl. Quick Thinks needs nothing and no one but oneself. Future has chosen and future chooses Quick Thinks. Yes, even now, power granted by True Times wells from Quick Thinks' fingertips. Powers beyond understanding of uplanders' feeble brain cases. Pshaw, Alexander, Overwatcher of True Times, deliver divine judgment on ignorant uplanders, and crushed him out of existence for all times. Let me see if I got this right. 3 years ago, the Quick Thinks of back then found the journal that the Beatrix have now dropped, which was only possible because we traveled to the past, what with time being a circle and all that. So he had a look inside, and not knowing the truth of the matter, got it in his head that he was some sort of prophet chosen to set history straight, and that Shona, who miraculously delivered the book to him, was a messenger from the future sent to show him the way. That's all well and good, but the question remains, why did the bloody cat start all this in the first place? What could she possibly stand to gain from setting in motion this ridiculously convoluted series of events? Another answer found, another question raised, eh, Collie? Big steels himself for what may well be your final confrontation with the Illuminati. Alright, Akali, this is it. We still don't know exactly how we're going to disable the core, but we do know that our only chance is to get it back into that central control room. We also know there's only one way in, and that Quick thinks isn't going to let us through without a fight. Now, we can be pretty sure he can't see the future. Not anymore, at least. And without Ronrox to read the codex for him, he won't be turning back time on us either. But he's still a power-mad maniac with some of the deadliest machina in the realm at his disposal. And after losing that book of his, I'd wager his trigger fingers feeling pretty itchy. Aye, we'd best get ready for a battle and a half. Muscle against metal. Man against machine. Gods, I don't know whether to laugh or cry or soil myself. Mayhap all three. Here comes the chief now. It's time to move out.
Can you imagine doing all three at the same time?
Laughing, crying, and soiling yourself?
Yes. What a sight.
What a sight. What an experience. Tick tock, tick tock. Time moves on. Imperfect past giving way to perfect future. Worthy or unworthy of a place in New World Order. Alexander will judge. Yes, all as Quick thinks foresees. True hammer of Alexander falls on Uplanders. Ignorant and unworthy are not welcome in Illuminati future. Here Uplanders meet their endy times.
Endy times!
Pray to your godfather, for it is endy times. What? Freeze time field is deactivated? No matter, Uplanders will be reduced to smolder dust. Fire!
I could have tanked it.
Shut up, no you could not have.
With Home Gang, I could have.
Yes, with Home Gang you could have. 7 hells, now that was a bit too close for comfort. Is everyone alright? A Colossus inside the Colossus. Look, I don't know what that thing was, but it's pretty damn sure I know where it went, or more accurately when. If I'm not mistaken, what we're looking at is a localized distortion of time. 1 HP in a dream. The only hit point that counts is the last one, after all. The only question is when our metal friend will reappear. Better not to wait, lest it catch us unawares. Kali, I need you to head into the distortion and dismantle that thing. We'll secure a path to central control while you do. Good luck. The Soul of the Creator is a very good fight, but people are exceptionally bad at it. I'm quite certain we just witnessed another manipulation of time, but by whom? With Roundrock's gone and the Enigma Coda rendered useless, it can't very well be the Illuminati. Could Alexander have a will of its own? At any rate, we stand almost from the core, at the very heart of a primal. Whatever the true nature of the entity that awaits you in there, you could be sure it'll be like no foe you've faced before. Godspeed, Akali. I'll talk about a narrow escape. If I'd been standing so much as a yalm to the left, I'd be a pair of smoking boots by now. Anyway, we better get on with the securing the area so that Y'shtola can bring up the rear with Roundrox. We don't want to drag the poor child back in here, but she's the only one who can access the controls. So that swirling void is some sort of ripple in time. I can't say I like the sound of that. You take care in there, Akali. Alright, are you ready? For endy
Ready.
times?
It's not gonna be my endy times.
Not gonna be your
but his
But his endy times. I see.
endy times for you, quick thinks. I can't apply glamour plates in here.
You cannot. I mean, you can leave. You don't have to stay in here. Goodbye.
What?
Goodbye.
Goodbye now. Goodbye. No! No! I'm unable to apply glamour plates here too!
Yeah, you have to be in Idleshire, I think.
What? I can't just do it out in the world?
No, you cannot apply glamour. It's just out in the world. It has to be in a major city. Or residential district.
Ugh.
Oh, are you loving it, Sprightly? Are you looking fabulous? Fantastic.
Very suave.
Very suave. Very beautiful. Very brave. People got sick weapons in here. Like,
I too would have a sick weapon in here.
I
If
know.
only. Do I tank stance?
Yeah, if the other one's not going, you shoulda. Oh, that's right. Do you have an LB button on your bar?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so while you're fighting, I actually need you to go into your actions and traits.
Okay.
Go to general. And you have a limit. It's orange with a sword and a staff. Do you see it?
Traits.
Over here with me. With me.
Orange. It'll be in traits.
No, it's action. Yeah, so it's actions and traits, general.
Oh, general. Here we go.
And
Limit break. Got it.
yeah, put that somewhere where you won't accidentally hit it.
Okay. I got it.
Because it is the one of the very few times you are going to actually need to use it as a tank. You normally never would. Ooh. Grab them all and bring them together. Okay, so this is, Alexander is gonna do a countdown. At 4, they said 3, but I would do it at 4, hit the limit button. So he's counting down, so 10, 5, 4, now hit it. Oh, the paladin did it, okay. It was good that you did it, you tried to do it too. If the tank LB had not gone off, we would have died.
Oh my.
Alright. So a lot of things are going to start happening. The most important thing is there's going to be a lot of stack markers that are happening. However, so stack up. You don't stack with me because you have a green marker. So you want to stay away from the stack marker when that happens. But if you don't have a green marker on your head, you need to immediately go to the stacked person. Okay. Now go in between the triangles. There you go. Well. Tank is facing the wrong way. He just cleaved a lot of me. Stack. Not you though. Not you, not you. Oh, here we go. This rogue probably almost. Oh, it was very lucky. That dude, that ninja almost killed the healers.
I think people got saved again.
Yeah, if you are stealing aggro from this tank, take off your tank stand. Because I think the fighting for aggro might be getting people killed. Okay, so don't go in these portals. This is for DPS only. A to the L to the E, X. The music for this fight is very good. Okay, stand in these. Just yeah, you got it. Watch out for cleaves. I just feel it in my bones. Oh, you gotta stand on a safe spot, but they're hard to find. Those two, they've just killed themselves. I saw those two stacked together and I was like, not for me. Okay, so stack with the person so long as you don't have a green stack marker. This ninja dude. This tank is be prepared to provoke if the main tank dies. And he might.
Stack?
Maybe. Yes, absolutely. So if you have a red line, you're gonna drop puddles on the ground. Try not to drop them on each other. And along the edges, there's a stack marker. Make sure to stack if you don't have a green symbol on your head. Oh god, am I safe here? Only God knows. Ooh, I was not! Make sure you've got rep the boss.
Yeah,
okay.
it's on me.
Yeah, that ninja. Ooh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Scoops. Put on all your shit and just do 6% worth of damage.
Am I the only one left?
You're the only one left. Whole game if you have to. And go drop those around the boss. Yeah, there you go. Home gang, home gang, home gang.
I don't have it anymore.
Oh no. You're fucking dead. Ugh. Good try. We got this. Remember, if you have a green marker, don't stack with a ninja. I speak specifically to you. It gets easier with time, for sure. As you learn. As you do more fights in the dungeons and stuff, it's tough because a lot of symbols in AR are between them. My dear. A lot of the symbols in ARR don't matter any much. Like a ton of coil symbols you'll never see again, which is what makes the coil so difficult, because they're not the standard symbols that we see over and over again. What if people die? Okay, now you turn on your tank stand. But as you go through Heaven's Ward, like the stack marker will always be the same every time you see it. And a lot of the other symbols will start to make sense as you go. Alright, remember, at the 4. 5, 4, the button. Wait, beat you again. Boom. Take out for your teeth. Yep. Oh, and fuck. I can't stand these people. There we go. It was unfortunate the 2 people closest to me had the green markers. Make sure to stand between the triangles. attack when I throw it again. There we go. Much better. And scoot over just a touch. Watch out for Tank Buster. That's gonna happen immediately. Alright, DPS go in the portals. Safe spot, watch out for people with the meteors over their head. They tend to be looking good. Problems. Drop puddles along the edges. There's gonna be a stack. Ooh, made it. Move to safe spot. Oh fuck. Puddles are happening while the you fucking maniacs! Oh god, Tank Buster. Nicely done, Miss Q. Are you okay?
Yeah,
Okay, you just sound so like, oh,
we did it.
we did it. We saved the world.
The world.
The world and the timeline.
Andy time.
Andy time. So go ahead and knead on that little Alexander toy. Knead on all those bars and tools, and let's see if we can get you some nice looking gear. Oh fuck! What did you roll on it, Miss Q? The Alexander.
Let's see. There's so much to scroll through.
Shit, I rolled really high. What I wanted you to have. Oh, you rolled a 23. There was no chance. Because I would have passed on it if you could. Oh, I got so many commendations! I won it for you.
Deserved. And I already had the Gabi.
That's true. The Alexander mini is very chunky. You did not disappoint, old friend. The path to the control room is clear. Everyone follow me. The flow of aether to the core must be stopped. Pray lend us your strength one more time, child. Push when quick think winds back time, doings of uplanders will be undone, history will be rewritten, and Illuminati will rule over New World Order. Ha! If you think you can take round rocks from us, you're welcome to try. Pish, foolish uplanders, knowings of the Enigma Codex are not known to just one. What? The damn thing's responding to him. Hush, uplanders are slow swing. Quick things never needed Gabi girl from beginning. When the final core is activated and Alexander fully awakens, its power will be such that it could entirely consume any who sought to control it. You were too craven to risk your own life until you had no choice. Pshaw, treasure hunter! But treasure hunter is too slow coming. Future has chosen. You poor, deluded fool. You never did work it out, did you? The future doesn't choose us. We choose the future. Oh, Jesus. Now, child. Ride with me, ride with me, ride with me. So the knowledge in the Enigma Codex allowed you to disable the core. Power stores are depleting rapidly. Without a steady supply of aether, it's only a matter of time before the whole thing grinds to a halt and fades away. Wish Roundrax is glad to see Treasure Hunter safe, but how is Treasure Hunter sneaky hiding from Illuminati? I don't know. There was a great shaking, and I was thrown from my feet into some dark, cramped place. I must have lost consciousness because I don't remember anything until a few moments ago. Sounds to me like you had a nice nap in a rubbish chute. But what matters is that you're safe, and with that, I think we can declare this operation a success. I feel the presence of the horn beneath us. It and the core have become as one, forming an instrument of unbridled destruction. If we do not stop the core now, it will soon grow beyond the ability of anyone to contain. It is of little wonder our foe was loath to reach out to it with his own hand. Quick Thinks had a few tricks up his sleeve in the end, eh? With round rocks, we saw the Codex Giant its knowledge to a child and a pure, innocent belief in its ideals. Seeing Quick Thinks do the same, it would seem that crazed obsession is a suitable substitute. Not that it availed him much in the end. I truly remember nothing. It was as if I was floating in a vast, dark emptiness. And yet I was not afraid, for it was as if a great presence surrounding me in every direction was watching over me, its eyes gentle. Roundrocks is so happy that Mitty is safe. Roundrocks has so many treasures to show Mitty back at shortstop. Poor Mitty, eh? The lass truly believed that her beloved was alive somewhere inside that steel beast. Can't imagine how she's feeling now. The chief says the advanced calculating device was inside the Colossus. Alexander's brain, if you will, is still running on auxiliary power. See that device glowing red over there? There are just ones like it installed all over the place. In that sense, I suppose it's like an entire Colossus is one giant brain. If Alexander put its full mind to something, why I bet it could conceive of things beyond our mortal comprehension.
Cat.
Cat.
Nothing more to say except meow.
Meow? And Cat says meow. I think we just leave now, right? We must escape. 'Twould seem our work here is done. Let us take our leave.
Don't like that.
Nope, that's not very good at all. Damn it, did we not kill that bastard? Psh, negative. Quick Things better built own body, made stronger than ordinary Gobby. Quick Things is not unmade by simple flesh wound. Better built 7 hells, that's not a mask, it's his face. He's more mechana than goblin. O Alexander, Lord of Steel and Whirly Cogs, outspread wings of time, let ignorant and unworthy feel divine judgment. The Codex responds. He means to return to the past. We're just kind of letting that happen. Access denied. What means this? The red glow. Alexander is refusing to obey his commands. Psh, Alexander, junk brain machine. Quick Things is chosen one. Tongue flaps of pink wing. Quick Things must be obeyed. It would seem Alexander has achieved what a simple flesh wound could not. Quick Thinks is permanent deactivation. Quite how and why is less clear. If I didn't know better, I would say the machine had a mind of its own. Diane. My love, could it truly be you? You were in there all this time, weren't you? Watching over me, keeping me safe. Did it blink twice? Bugger me, the machine's actually talking to her. So his soul really was in the primal all this time. Chief, is that even possible?
Technically, his soul only got in there a few moments ago.
No. Well, yeah, technically. The core, without the codex to bridle its power, it rages out of control. It drinks in aether like no primal I have ever known. We must stop it now, lest Elosia be bled dry. Finally, I see. This is why you summoned me to this place, isn't it, my love? I thank you for guiding me here, Akali and Round Rocks. Know that I shall always treasure the time we shared. Farewell, my friends. Meanie, no! Meanie must not go! My friends, leave this place. Leave now. Fear not. Alexander will trouble you no longer. My love! What is this place? How best to put it? We stand inside a mathematical simulation, calculated and projected by the device at the heart of the Colossus. One might equally say it is the dream that Alexander dreams. And what of our companions? Are they... Their fate was not mine to change, Mide. All that came to pass did so for a reason. History is as it was, as it should be, free of the paradoxes that spelled its undoing. From this place, unfettered by the mortal construct of time, Alexander looks out upon past, present, and future, seeing infinite possibilities. I see what it sees, and feel what it feels. This perfect machine, born from yearnings of an ideal world. Oh, if you could see the worlds we have seen, a world in which the Illuminati rule history with an iron fist, every nation brought under their yoke, a world in which Alexander spread wide his wings of time and swept the lesser moon from the heavens, averting the calamity. Alexander dreamed all these realities imaginable, all these realities mathematically computable, and in the end reached a single, logical conclusion. It would change nothing, and erase itself from existence. But why? Alexander possesses the power to travel through time and space and reshape history for the better, but such power comes at a great cost. The sheer quantity of aether consumed in the process means that Alexander himself would mayhap not immediately, but inevitably, bring ruin to this world. This perfect machine, the supreme manifestation of logic and science, deemed its own existence a threat. And so it chose to do nothing, to leave history untouched and the future in the hands of man with all his imperfections. Such was Alexander's divine judgment. A time will come when the fate of the world is placed in the hands of one warrior. For reasons hidden to me, the future from that day forth remains shrouded in mystery, beyond even the Colossus's ability to calculate. And yet Alexander chose to believe in that woman and the light within her. I met that woman, my love. I believe in her too. There was but a single time Alexander was spurred to action, not to change history, but to preserve it. The summoning of the Colossus and the events that followed had potentially disastrous consequences for our reality, its fabric strained to accommodate an infinite number of potential futures separated by nary a thread. Were the wings of time to fall into the hands of the Illuminati, the repercussions would be dire indeed. History would be rewritten over and over again, each time bleeding the land of Aether, and in the end, the Colossus would usher in another calamity. To prevent this tragedy, to preserve the circle of time as it has already been set in motion, Alexander sent forth a humble servant to do his bidding. A clockwork Corel, an eternal child, to gently nudge history back onto its proper path. And now but one task remains. Having become one with the horn, the core is well nigh indestructible. It would only regrow itself until it bled the world dry. And so we must heed Alexander's wish and seal it away, far from the reach of man. A close pocket of space-time, a fraction of an instant that will perpetuate for all eternity. This is where the core must go, and us with it. Don't you see, my love? We're already there. In coming here to you, I have closed the circle of time. I am all but certain of it. When I accepted the horn all those years ago, the man who gave it to me said that it had the power to grant any wish. And so I took it in his hand. I prayed and prayed with every ounce of my will for the one true desire in my heart. To be with you forever. Look at this, Akali. It's as if everything inside the barrier is frozen in time. I'll have to ask the chief what he makes of this. Rodrox is back in Idleshire with the chief. Everyone's in safe and sound, except for Mayday, that is. The poor lass always had a flair for the dramatic, but to think she'd throw herself into the core. It's odd, though. I could have sworn I heard her voice in there, saying the Colossus would trouble us no more, or something of the sort. And for what it's worth, it has been sleeping like a baby ever since we got out. And that's not the half of it. Take a closer look inside the barrier. Akali, it's like time is standing still. Buggered if I know what it all means, but I'd like to believe Mine and her love somehow sealed away the core for us. Softens the blow a bit, you know? Do you want to see this chunker of a minion?
Yes, I do.
It's absolutely massive.
Oh, look at him.
He's a little guy. Say your prayers, Gabi, for it is endy times. It's like, so Lalafels, if you pick the smallest setting for a Lalafell, are already like almost smaller than minions.
Oh
So when they're
God.
next to, yeah, if you pick the smallest size for a minion, or small size for a Lalafell, a minion is just like a head shorter than you are. They absolutely, like, they almost get dwarfed by this Alexander.
Oh my god.
Biggs has been reflecting on your final confrontation. I'm still not sure how we managed it, but I'm happy to be out of this godforsaken place in one piece. Of course, it's a damn shame what happened to Mayday. Hold on a moment, Akali. She's what? Aye, Chief, leave it to us. Bloody hell, Akali. Rodrix has gone missing. Been worried sick about the poor lass ever since we got back. I mean, how would you feel if you saw your best friend throw herself into a running engine? I wager she's off somewhere. The two of them used to frequent together. Wedge and I'll have a look around here. Why don't you search the collector's quarter? Come on. Let's find her before she gets herself in any more trouble.
I mean, she didn't get herself into trouble.
Where did those two hang out? Oh, it's up here. Pshaw! Oh, what's Uplander? Why does Uplander come to this place? Roundrox is sorry for worrying Uplanders. Roundrox just wants to go to a quiet place and do some back thinking. Running out of giant whirlycogs, Roundrox found something rattling in pocket. So Roundrox reaches in and cannot believe what she finds! Rattling thing is glowstone, Roundrox's favorite treasure. But it is dark. Even with many tryings, glowstone does not glow for Roundrox. Not anymore. There you are, child. We were worried sick about you. What's that, Akali? Is aught amiss? The Codex no longer responds to her touch? Intriguing, if not entirely surprising. Were I to guess, I would hazard that it's because this experience has served to open her eyes. The Enigma Codex was born from one man's all-consuming pursuit of perfection, its knowledge sealed off from any who harbored even a sliver of doubt as to the merits of the ideals it espoused. Quick thinks, mind in her youth, Roundrox. Quick thinks, Midday in her youth, Roundrox. Though their reasons might differ, arrogance, youthful idealism, childish innocence, none thought to question the words within, and so the Codex opened itself to them. Now Roundrox has seen with her own eyes what blind devotion to ideals can bring. And she is not the naive child she was before. Aye, it's all well and good to dream of building something perfect, but sooner or later you have to stop dreaming and start doing, hammering it together by your own hand, with your own blood, sweat, and tears. In so doing, you are forced to confront your own failings and deal with your frustration at the world's unfortunate habit of failing below expectations. Else, there may come a time when you just want to tear the whole bloody thing apart and start again. But more than that, you emerge from it all with something you can hold on to and carry with you into the future. And that will do a damn sight more for you than any starry-eyed ideal. Whoosh! Roundrox understands. Roundrox will collect more and more junk, build city of great treasures with own hands. Would you bring about the endy time, Sprightly? Roundrox has just one wish. Not glowing glowstone is piece of Meaty's dream. Roundrox would give back to Meaty. The Sprightly times. A noble wish, child. Would that we could grant it, but I fear the steel giant, and all that lies within the barrier, is far beyond the reach of mortal hands. Frozen in a single moment until the end of time. That's a fate I'd not wish on anyone. Mew. Well, look who it is. You have a real knack for turning up underfoot, don't you? I am reminded of the apparent ease with which his little coral seemed to slip in and out of the Colossus. Were it not for the small matter of time having stopped in there, I'd send her in with Roundrock's glowstone without a moment's hesitation. Mew mew! 2 mews? Might that suggest a willingness to try? Mew mew! Giving a stone to a cat in hopes of delivering it to 2 souls trapped in time. Now I think we've seen everything. Do you think those 2 will ever be free of that place? Mayhap one day, when the perfect future they sought to bring about becomes a reality. In that sense, one might even say their fate is in our hands. Prakash, leave it to Roundrox. Roundrox works hard. Roundrox builds sparkly, shiny future for Meaty. as shall we, child. And with that, Akali, we must take our leave. For all you have done to stave off yet another primal threat, you have our gratitude. I contacted Biggs and Wedge to let them know they'd call off the search. Needless to say, they were relieved to hear that Round Rock's safe. There was also a matter of they were looking to discuss with you. They said they'd be waiting for you back at Shortstop. If you will be returning to Shortstop, I would ask a small favor of you as well. Pray deliver this volume to Backtrix, and tell him I believe it is which he seeks. Till we next meet, Akali. I heard this jingling of a snowman. I heard those sleigh bells ringling, ring ting tingling. Here we are then, at the end of another harrowing journey, and still with our all-important bits to boot. Wait, my favorite wrench! Oh dear, I hope it isn't lost in time and space somewhere. Thank goodness Round Rock's safe. With all the Illuminati stragglers running about, I feared the worst. The girl could have at least had the courtesy to tell someone before she goes wandering off like that. Whoosh! Now Round Rocks is safe at Shortstop, and Backtrix is easy breathing. Uplanders have thanks of Backtrix, Uplanders being present for Backtrix? This is Charlian Legend Book from Y'shtola. Backtrix has waited for a legend book for a long time. Backtrix has been reading about many things, about Enigma Codex and blue-haired Uplander that writes it. Mayhap these knowings will save Gobbyflock from Giant of Whirlycogs. Thanks, Backtrix. Now, back of Whirlycog sleeps, and Gobbyflock is safe, but still Backtrix would fill Braincase with knowings, fill pages of Watcher Book and data. Let Backtrix see. Yes, it is just as Backtrix. Are Backtrix eyes playing tricks on him? Boy, are you feeling right there? You look like you've seen a ghost. Page tells fairy legend of Hotgo tribe, uplanders of blue hair. Many years ago in old times, 2 children, boy and girl, outstepped from belly of great steel giant. 2 children grow to man and woman, becoming father and mother to great people of Hotgo. Names of 2 are Dayan and Mide. Look at hand drawing! Even faces are same looking. Egads, if that's our Mide and Dayan, why, that means that one day they'll be freed from their fate and reborn far in the past. So, after searching for near eternity, they finally found the perfect world they were searching for. It may just be a fairy tale, but I, for one, would like to believe it. And fairy legend goes on, 2 children step out of steel giant holding small stone. Stone is dark when sitting on ground, but hold stone in hand and shiny lights. Glowstone of Round Rocks! Let me see if I have this straight. The codex fragment you gave to that coral a few moments ago now features in a legend from Agents Past. That can't be possible, can it? At this point, I'm about ready to believe in anything. But that reminds me, there was something I wanted to ask you, Akali. Remember when we went into the core and almost got our asses fried by the Colossus inside a Colossus? Well, I felt the strangest sensation then, a feeling that chilled me to the bone, as if something terrible had happened that I couldn't for the life of me remember. I felt it too, so tell us, did you see anything when you were going in and out of time? Did you have an idea of what happened to us while Quick Things was spinning in the hands of the clock? I'm afraid I do. You're afraid you do? Well, that's not ominous in the least. On second thought, how about you don't tell us? Thank you very much. You get no arguments from me. There are some secrets better left secret, and from the look on Akali's face, I reckon this is one of them. Anyway, it seems this long and thoroughly mind-boggling battle of ours has finally come to an end. Of course, there's still plenty of work to be done, but now that Quick Thinks is out of the picture, I've got high hopes that Round Rocks and her friends will one day build their shining kingdom of ravage and refuge. speaking of work, we better get back to it before the chief catches us chattering. Always a pleasure, Akali. Till next time. And that is the end of Lagabi Times. Did you get doubles of any of the gears that you had?
No.
No. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
If you want with your tomestones, you can start getting yourself some gear, or you can wait and see if anything drops from the raid that we'll do next week. Or no, we want to try and do it tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll wait and see.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. All right. I think we're over time by an hour.
Yeah.
Whoops. Whoopsie doodles. Yep. So that's gonna be it for us. We will be back tomorrow with patch 2.5. And then the raid. Oh no! You know what I have to do before patch 2.5? I have Hildebrand to do!
Yay.
So I have Hildebrand, then 2.5, then the raid, and then we're gonna do the end of 2.5. So it's gonna be another long one tomorrow because I would like... Oh, and then we have the last... There's gonna be a lot of stuff tomorrow. Because it's the end of Hildebrand too. Because I want to start Stormblood next week. Because we're hitting August. So we have August, September, October to get through all of Stormblood and all of Shadowbringers. And there is a lot to do. So it is going to be another long one tomorrow as we get through the last of the Heavensward stuff. However long it takes. So yeah, we have 2 different Hildebrands to do tomorrow. So yeah, it might be in my best interest to do Hildebrand 2.4 now. But I'm already an hour over. But that way we can jump right into it.
And it's whatever you're feeling.
I think it would be in my best interest to do Hildebrand now, so it's one less thing to do tomorrow. Because we have a lot to do tomorrow. Okay. I'm going to do Hildebrand for patch 2.4 to put the final nail in the 2.4. Everything we have to do. I'll do Hildebrand. It's fine. So I guess that's goodbye for you, Miss Q.
It is goodbye for me.
Goodbye. Goodbye forever.
Goodbye forever.
I was alright. See you tomorrow for a whole bunch of good stuff. Lots of good stuff happening.
I'll stay in chat and stay in game if you ever need me.
I would hope you would stay in stream
I meant
chat.
like in voice.
Oh, I was like, okay. I was like you're my moderator. Alright. Let's go talk to Seer. Oh, we have this to do too. Alright, I'll figure that out later. Seer is a man at the end of his tether. We need to speak, Akali. I've been sourcing the archives for any information regarding temporal magic since last we spoke, and the results have been rather troubling, to say the least. As you may not be aware, ancient Alog is portrayed in the Introdion as a cautionary tale, a great empire brought low by its vanity and hubris. However, there are certain apocryphal texts in which the Alagons are cast in a more sympathetic light, if not outright exalted. 'Twas in these texts that I found references to temporal magics once wielded by Alagon mages. Said magics could be used to halt or even reverse the temporal state of a given object. If these accounts are to be believed, and if Gigi's abilities and these magics are one and the same, then it may well be possible for him to turn back the hands of time for the Grand Sirs, much as he restored the Duke's priceless vase. That being said, there is no telling how this will work with regards to a living being. Consider, if you will, that the vase was filled with water, then shattered. Even if the vessel were restored, what would become of its former contents? Would it be filled with water as before? The very same, every drop returned. Or would it be different water? Or would the water once spilt be forever lost? I speak of the soul, my friend. For even if one could use these magics to restore the dead to life, would they be as they were before, with all the same thoughts and memories and feelings? The Grand Sirs are convinced they can regain their lost youth, and mayhap they can, but the dead who have entered into Halone's halls cannot be returned. They cannot! Yet Gigi is nevertheless resolved to try and resurrect Archmagus Quan. Speaking of which, according to some Charlian texts in the archives, Archmagus Quan was an accomplished scholar known for his study of ancient Alagon magics. Further evidence that Gigi's abilities are likely derived from ancient traditions, I suppose. But more importantly, I learned the location of the Archmagus' former residence. Perhaps we could find something of interest there, something which could help us persuade Gigi to change his course. I had in mind to summon Inspector Hildebrand and make the journey there together. Would you be willing to join us? Excellent. Then let us be about our business. I saw you, heretic! I beg your pardon? Are you accusing me of being a heretic? Yes, you, Inquisitor Sire. I saw you sneak into the archives and sneak out of the forbidden tomes. Saw the mad light in your eyes as you partook of the forbidden knowledge. There is a lot of timey-wimey stuff. That's sort of why I do stuff in the order that I do them as they were dropped in the patches. So because it all sort of like melds and syncs together in a nice way. For the love of, I did all of that for my investigation. Ha! You admit your crimes. You did it secretly, without permission, in blatant contravention of our rules. Read forbidden tomes. Then, by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the supreme sacred tribunal of Hellenic Inquisitory doctrine. You stupid, ignorant. Are you all so desperate to keep your goddamn jobs that you'll go around accusing the world and his wife of heresy? Is that what we've been reduced to? I'm sick and tired of looking for heretics in every bloody shadow, of trying to guess the secret sins of everyone I meet. It's stupid and pointless, and we're better than that, damn it. We're better than that. If you will not surrender yourself, then I will have no choice but to inform my superiors. Oh, you've done it now, Seer. Well, that all came tumbling out, didn't it? I suppose there's no point in trying to convince myself that I have no personal investment in this matter, or that I still have a professional one. Somewhere along the way, I stopped looking for the guilty and started looking for the truth. Perhaps in a way to help those in need. There's no place for people like that in the Inquisition, is there? And it's only a matter of time before that stuttering fool comes back with an armed guard. Let us depart for Idleshire at once. We need to find the inspector. A gentleman inquisitor. My word. But yeah, I like doing things in the order that I do them, because if you had just like blazed through Hildebrand, I think the timey-wimey stuff would have been like bizarre. Like, okay. But if you do it side by side with Alexander, it doesn't feel so out of place. Q is down the stairs, but I will let her know that you are being threatening. Are you looking for the inspector? He went off on his lonesome. God damn it, Hildy! I raised you better to have better sense than this. I don't think you did, ma'am. I don't think you raised him at all, quite honestly. It would seem we have arrived too late. Inspector Hildebrand has already gone off on his own to confront the Grand Sirs. They came back briefly to trade Jigglyshine for supplies and whatnot, you see, and then the gobbies caught ear of them trading tongue flaps about killing dragons in the Forelands. Then the inspector learned about it later, and he said he had to go after them right away and backtake Gigi, and he said he had a duty, not as an inspector, but as a father. Bugger that! He's got no obligations to a bloody mammoth, especially one that chose to leave of its own free will, as I recall. I swear, I turn my back on the boy for one bleeding second and he loses his goddamn mind. Sprightly is threatening you. That you will one day also be converted into a gentleman. Like Hildebrand. Yes. She did the Hildebrand pose. It's happening. You're stomping upstairs. I'm afraid he might try and do something reckless. Don't you think we should try to find him and offer a hand lending? I'm rather more concerned about what will happen if the Grand Sirs attack, or worse, kill any of Horace Velgar's brood. She's stomping her big bunny footers. But first things first, I suppose. Akali, would you be so kind as to assist Mr. Smashu and Juliet in their search for the inspector? I will pay a visit to Archmagus Quan's abandoned abode in the meantime. Oh, and before you think to refuse, know that you need not fear for my safety, just as they say that our singular experience together have endured me to the harsh realities of, well, reality. Huh, could it be that scrawny little Schutz finally found his spine? Let's start by heading to Tailfeather. I reckon the inspector went there first to ask about the Grand Sirs, so if we do the same, we're sure to catch up with him eventually. I don't have flying here. It's like one of the very few places that I don't have flying. Right then, I say we split up and make inquiries separately. If you learn anything about the inspector or the Grand Sirs or Gigi, come and tell me. They make me go forward and back. Can I go forward and back? Can I go 1 foot forward? Oh, the Alexander music is so good. It's absolutely sublime. These guardians with the mammoth, they were here, proclaiming all the sundry that they were going to slay the greatest dragon of them all. Gods only know if the naive fools were serious. Oh, those daft sods. They were for Annex Tried. Not quite sure what their intentions were, but they were awfully confident. That much I recall. The 3 dragon slayers and a mammoth, eh? I'd call you a mummer if I hadn't seen them come through earlier, boasting about how they were off to kill the biggest one yet. Oh, I see. So the Grand Sirs were headed for Annex Tried. And my dear boy wasn't far behind them either. What are we waiting for? Let's go, let's go! I'm just gonna teleport, because I'm lazy and tired. Well, it's not actually... it's fine. It's fine. Ah. Oh, it's one of the sirs. Did Hildy do this? Usually he ends up on the receiving end. Oh, I found one of the Grand Sirs! The poor unfortunate soul who bears a striking resemblance to Orlin is quite firmly embedded in the earth. Would you look at that? The inspector sure gave him the what for. That may be, but where did the other two get to? Not to mention the mammoth. Why don't we pull him out and ask? Well, having said that, it looks easier said than done. Oh, how silly of me! I'm sure you've got more than enough strength to yank him free, right, Akali? Ugh. Well, I'll be. He's wearing some sort of magic mask, but what makes him look like just like the inspector, just like the man of 1,000 faces back in Ulda. No, that's Hildebrand, all right. There's no fool in a mother's eyes. I say, what trouble has my beloved son gotten himself into this time? Oh, thank God, Godbert's here. Why, hello there, Lord Godbert and Inspector Seer. How'd you two end up traveling together? Blind fortune, you might say. I was too far from Tailfeather when night began to fall, but fortunately Lord Godbert chanced to find me wandering in the wilderness. Lord Edmont told me all about this recent trouble with the Grand Sirs, as well as Hildy's investigation, and a father cannot help but take an interest in his son's affairs, can he? As for me, I was eager to share with you my latest findings, namely Archmagus Quan's research notes. Whew, I haven't slept like that since I was buried in the Lich Yard. Oh well, I must confess, no small measure of embarrassment to be found in such a state, having been so unceremoniously disposed of by the Grand Sirs. But ignominy notwithstanding, I'm most grateful for your succor, and pleasantly surprised to be reunited with you all. This wouldn't have happened had you waited for us instead of... Wait, why in the hell are you still bloody wearing that rubbish? An impenetrable disguise is essential when consorting with the criminal elements. Alas, would seem the Grand Sirs have grown perceptive in their newfound youth. Wait, do you mean they've already regained their youth? What about Gigi? Did you see him? Was he behaving strangely? Now that you mention it, his warm, soulful eyes were rather more pointy than I remember. By the fury, not pointing! According to Archmagus Quan's notes, that's a sign of Gigi's using too much magic. If he carries on like this, his aether will be expended, and then he'll end up not more than an empty husk. That's terrible news! We must catch up to the Grand Sirs at once! Do you know where they were headed? All I heard was that they were keen to slay dragons. They were heading bound for the Churning Mists, a place called Zenith, to kill a great worm named Nidhogg. Really? That all happened, huh? I mean the other one! Horace Velgar. Horace Velgar? Fury, take me. What could they possibly hope to achieve? Because you can do this before Nidhogg's dead. I wonder if it changes. They're like, oh, Nidhogg's already dead? Horace Velgar it is. Watching Hildy learn and grow as a father reminds me of my own trials and tribulations. He looks well enough, but I wonder. After having finally achieving peace after 1,000 years of war, they want to kill Horace Velgar? That doesn't make any sense. At last we found the inspector, right? Hildebrand wishes to entreat your aid in a matter of grave import. I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, do hereby ask you all to aid me in rescuing my son and putting a stop to the Grand Sir's machinations. You know, there's really no need for all that. We came because we wanted to help. I, Nashu, faithful assistant, maker of explosive extraordinaire, do hereby present to you this fresh change of clothing. Capital. I knew I could count on you, Nashu. I shall change en route. Come, my friends, to Zenith and to Gigi. Also, do not have flying in the churning mists. So I hope we're going somewhere that I can reach with my 2 little footies. Or I will be exceptionally cross. Oh, they're already here. Make ready, my friends. The final battle with the Grand Sirs is at hand. Ugh, it seemed my wounds were more serious than I thought. I fear I am in no condition to confront our foes, but there is but one thing that could restore me to my former indomitable self. Don't you worry, I've got some salamander oil right here. Shall Mummy give her baby boy a massage? Oh, my dearest Mummy, Mother dearest, I would not oppose upon you, not when my ever-loyal associate, Akali, stands ready to administer my muscles. Don't tell me you're embarrassed, just let Mummy take care of Hildy's hurts. Yeah. It's pretty bad in Heaven's Word. Like, oh, you want to do this raid? Get flying. My dear wife, I know you mean well, but let Akali handle it. Theirs is a bond which transcends time and space and personal boundaries. If that's the way of it, I'm counting on ye, Akali. Please don't make me... Oh, thanks for... You got way too close to me, ma'am. Second of all, I don't want to rub oil on Hildebrand. Let us book no further delay. Come, friend, coat my body in oil, as you have done many a time before. Go up, Bert. Salamander oil massages are something of a Manderville man tradition. One I hope to pass on to little Gigi someday. Oh, the memories. You may as well get on with it. I wish Inspector Hildebrand would let me oil him up. I hate this fucking game. Why do you hesitate? Have we not done this time and time again? Oil me up, woman! It rubs the oil on his skin. It does this whenever it is told. Oh, how it soothes my aches, my pains! Quickly now, knead it into my flesh. Knead as if you have never kneaded before. Such furious kneading! I applaud your enthusiasm, but mayhap I urged you to excessive force. Nay, you were in the right. Already the gentle warmth begins to spread throughout my body. The fires of righteousness burn anew in my breast. Hold, my son. Though your passion is renewed, you may yet be spurned to greater feats of Mandervillian strength. Derived from the purest essence of salamanders, the ancient legacy of House Manderville, Salamanderville, to you, my beloved son, now become a proud father, I bequeath this most sacred of oils. Salamanderville! Could it be that the legends were true? Your muscles shall shine with the brilliance of 1,000 suns. No mortal man will ever have the power to do you harm. Verily it is so, for by its grace did I once weather the slings and arrows of a bandit horde, and bring my hammer of justice to bear upon their wicked heads. The time has come, Akali. Take this oil, and help Hildy become the Manderville man he was meant to be. I am ready for my final oiling, Akali. The salamander vial, how it flows into every nook and cranny. Quickly now, lay your hands upon me, massage me with all your might. Oh, yes! Yes, that's the spirit! I can feel it building and rising. Rising. Oh, such passion! Such fervor! I am the inferno unbound, the tempest unleashed, but I have not yet begun to pose. am Manderville Man! That salamander oil is my word. I've never felt so alive. Such vibrant colors, such intense sounds, such fragrant smells. Mother, father, Akali, 'twas your oils and your strong yet tender fingers which opened my eyes to the glory of creation. I am a gentleman inspector, reborn. Onward to Zenith. No matter the laws of nature that pervert or the limits that they break, the Grand Sirs can do naught to stop me. I'm dirty now. I'm a dirty bun. I can't decide if this is better or worse than the Lalafell that nutted on me when I was doing dancer things. I think it's worse, but only marginally so. Oh, I can't wait. I hope. Are they beautiful? They are. They're so smug. Grand Sirs, I have come for my son! Oh, must we do this now? We have a dragon to slay. There is no need for any of this. The war is over! But not for long. The worm's death will give rise to a new era of fire and blood, and we, having consumed his eyes, will use our powers to win untold glory on the battlefield. Our legends will echo in eternity. You would doom countless innocents for glory? No, I won't allow it! Over my dead body! Far be it from us to deny you, then. This is the end for you. The ultimate end. Q, can you delete that bot real quick? Thank you. God. What did you realize, Sprightly? Have faith, my love. He is our son. Gigi, my beautiful boy, pray do not look on me with such pointy eyes. Let Papa Hildy take you home to our gazebo. Oh, you see both of them? Stop calling me that. My name is Vivi. Vivi, I remember everything. My powers, my purpose, my Grandpa Quan. I made them young again, but it's not enough. I need more. More. I need the worm's eyes, and then I can finally bring him back. Interesting. I wonder if it's just a case of the same models. Because I know that old lady is a common model. I'd have to look at the old man again. Interesting, though. I'm sorry, Gigi, but no, you cannot. Grandpa Quan is gone. He's right, Gigi. Mayhap you could restore his corporal form and breathe life into it, but his soul, what made him your grandpa, is forever beyond your reach. That's not true. I can restore anything to its ideal form, to the way it should be. Even Grandpa Quan, even you, Papa Hildy. Please, Gigi, you have to stop. If you keep using your power, you'll die. I don't understand. Your clothes are still dirty and tattered. As they should be, Gigi. For my every waking moment is as the gods intended. Every day I live a life to its fullest. Every day I enjoy grand adventures. I found your grandfather's research notes. What he gave you wasn't the power to make things the way they were. He gave the power to change the world, to make things the way you yourself believe they should be. That's why your magics have no effect on the Inspector, because you know in your heart that this battered and bruised form of his is, in its own way, right. My thoughts exactly, Inquisitor Seer, and it is for this self-same reason that you were unable to make Grandmaster Quan younger. In your heart you knew there was naught that needed to be changed. Your beloved grandpa was exactly as he should be. Your every day was to be treasured and worthy of celebration. Then what about the Grand Sirs? Why was I able to make them young again? All you truly knew of them were the stories they told. Wondrous tales of daring do by heroes in the prime of their lives. It's no wonder you were able to envision them as such. That's all they ever talked about when they were young and free and full of fire. At first, Archmage Quan didn't understand the true nature of your abilities. He struggled to deduce why you could not make him younger as he originally intended. Eventually, he realized that your fond memories of him were preventing you from conceiving him as anything but an elderly creator, and that the only way to achieve his goal would be to take them from you. But you were all he had left in the world. No longer a mere mammoth, but a friend, family, his only family, his grandson. He couldn't bear to lose you, so he announced his quest for immortality. But I still lost my memories in the end. He was afraid of leaving you all alone in the world, afraid that others would attempt to take advantage of you and your magics. So before he died, he decided to take your memories from you after all, to protect you. But despite his best efforts, something remained. Something stronger and more powerful than and more resilient than anything Archmagus Quan had ever dared to dream. You were never broken, Gigi. You were never abandoned. All he wanted was to set you free. Free? Free to do what? Whatever you like, Gigi. Don't you see? That was his final gift to you. A new life. A new story all your own. This has all been very touching, but we're not getting any younger. Well, you aren't, at any rate. We have suffered for your meddling long enough. I had intended to use this trap to kill the worm, but since you are so perfectly positioned... I am Vivi, grandson of Archmagus Quan, and Gigi, son of Hildebrand, Hildior, Maximilian... Well, his entire... It's like it never happened. With the last of his strength, he turned back the hands of time. Not just for the pillars, but for all of us. He made us all as we once were, as we were meant to be. Just after all that gallivanting about, I get bugger all. What about my misspent youth? I was not meant to be this bloody old. Ah, such a fine day. Never have I squatted with such perfect form. I may have reached my physical peak. What rot. At your age, you daft sod, you look foolish. You should be grateful. Gigi saw that what you had become and gave you a second chance. That was our second chance, to relive our glory days. It was all rather silly, though, wasn't it? Maybe Quan had the right of it. Maybe it's not so bad growing old. I was a coward when I was young. Now that I'm old, I'm not afraid to say things like, I love you, Doris. You're a blind, bloody fool gone Spartan. I say, am I dead again? Quite alive, Inspector, along with everyone else, thanks to Gigi. Grand Sirs are also in our custody. Well, that's my boy! Where is the little tyke, anyway? Gigi embarked on a grand new adventure. He's no longer with us. I see. If that's what he wanted, then I could not be happier for him. I am sure Archmagus Quan would feel the same way. What do we do now, Inspector? Is it not obvious, Nash? The wide, wide world beckons to us with the promise of mystery and wonder. We shall resume our never-ending quest for cases perplexing and profound, and perhaps one day we shall meet with young Gigi again. I hate to admit it, but this whole mess has got me thinking that maybe it wouldn't be so bad if I really did have a grandson. You did right by Gigi, Hildy. Your father and I can see that. We're proud of the man you've become. And I am proud of you too, Mother, for finally coming to terms with the inferior nature of physical beauty and allowing yourself to age gracefully. Gracefully, was it? I fear we may have had a failure to communicate. again! Wait for me, Inspector, wait! Hark! What is this curious light I spy on the far eastern skies? And this, oh so familiar scent which fills my nostrils? Do I smell a case? Worry not for me, my friends, for wherever the wronged want for succor, I, Hildebrand, shall be there, till we meet again! Is it not a mug shop option? I guess it isn't. He's got all the weapons on his back. I see. You do know that so long as the core remains intact, little Gigi is not actually dead. That's right. So dry your tears, boy. There's no need for all this moping about. That's fair. Wait for there to be a sale. All the barding goes on sale, super cheap. Eventually. It'll be like $3. He has fallen into a dormant state because he has used up all his aether. His core will gradually recharge as it draws upon the ambient aether, and in time he will awaken from his torpor. I shall tend to the child for now. As for these three, I will be glad to take them back to Ishgard in your stead. A most generous offer, my lord, but hardly necessary. After all, 'tis my duty to bring them to justice. Oh, yes, it was my duty. After everything I had said to that young inquisitor, I can't go back to Ishgard. They'll toss me in the jail and throw away the key if they don't kill me outright. So, go to Idleshire and live in Hildy's gazebo. Someone ought to look after it while he's away, no? That doesn't sound all that bad, actually. Full glad am I to accept your offer. I suppose there's nothing for it but to wait until he comes back down. 'Twas a most graceful strike, my love. You haven't lost your touch. I suppose there's nothing left for it but to leave the grand sirs to Lord Godbert, and for me to see to Inspector Hildebrand's gazebo. I'd like to thank you for everything you've done. If you find yourself in Idleshire, come and see me. There are a few arrangements that I need to make, but I can't imagine that it will take that long for me to settle in. Thank you, my friend, until we meet again. Looking back on the course I've run, it's hard not to think of the man I was and feel ashamed. Before I took on this case, I had only left the capital a handful of times. The rubbish I believed, the facts I considered unassailable. Very take me what a fool I was. If I hadn't met you and the inspector and Gigi, I would have never realized how much I'd come to hate my job, nor would I have discovered how much more satisfying it is to seek out the truth, the whole truth. One might say that getting labeled a heretic and having to flee Ishgard is the best thing that could have happened to me, and after all, now I am free to start a new life here in Idleshire as a consulting inspector. But enough of that. There is something I would like you to meet. Lord Godbert made some modifications, as you can see. His smaller size should allow him to absorb Aether more effectively over time. We thought that if he were to travel with you and share in your grand adventures, that maybe it would hasten his reawakening. Thank you, my friend. I do hope our paths cross again someday. May the Fury bless you and keep you. Yeah, little Vivi. He's got a whole story arc. So there isn't a 2.5 Hildebrand for Heavensward. That makes tomorrow easier. That's one less thing to do. I'm very glad we did this then. He threw out the Bible. Very good. Alright. So that is the end of Hildebrand for Heavensward, and we will not see him again till Stormblood. The end of Stormblood. That was a cute little story. Let me swap out minions real quick. We'll put Orshavant back out later, but for now, here he is. This little hat turny thing. It's very good. Alright, so tomorrow's going to be a long stream, just like this one. We are going to do patch 2.5 and 2.55, along with the last of the raid and the last of the trials. And we will be all set up to do Stormblood next week, which will be very good, very exciting. Because we've got to start moving it, because it's almost August. And Endwalker comes out in November. But thank you so much for being here. Sorry about the stream hiccup, but nothing was missed, so that's good. That was definitely Twitch having a bit of a moment, so all sorted out. Very good and exciting times. I thank you all for being here. I will be back tomorrow, 5 p.m. EST and we will go as long as we need to. So we might be here for a bit. But I hope you enjoyed yourselves. Yeah. So, I'm gonna finally eat some food. That sounds fantastic. And I will see you all tomorrow. Same time, same place, same rabbit. Have a good night, everyone, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.